Please welcome Infiniti's Senior Vice President, Mr. Andy Palmer.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us at the opening of the Infiniti Centre, Piccadilly, on the day when Infiniti makes its capital debut, adding London to a list of European cities that are now discovering Infiniti's inspired performance based on Japanese craftsmanship and omotenashi, Japanese world-renowned hospitality. Infiniti's made tremendous strides since arriving in Europe in 2008. No simple feat given the economic turmoil. Europe-wide, we've launched in 16 markets and opened on average a new Infiniti Centre once every 2 weeks. Their addresses are prestigious, and the building you're in today is no exception, 77 Piccadilly, a stone's throw from the Ritz. This is the second Infiniti Centre to open in the UK, but certainly is not the last. Centres in Birmingham and Glasgow are set to follow before the end of the year, with more due in 2011. They'll all share the same 5-star customer experience, our omotenashi, and as you may have noticed, an atmosphere that is more akin to a designer hotel than a car dealership. But our continued expansion isn't exclusive to the UK. Indeed, this financial year we'll add around 10 more centres across Europe and open up in 2 new markets. As a result, Infiniti European sales should be more than double this financial year. But globally, the story is also looking healthy, with sales up this year around 30% compared to last year, with the biggest growth coming from China. In spite of recent emergence from the economic crisis, 2010 may well mark a record year for Infiniti sales worldwide. Our expanding network is helping to fuel this growth, but so too is a host of new products. Our full-size SUV, the QX, is all new for 2010. It was just launched and the demand has far exceeded our expectations. Moreover, in selected overseas markets, we've added a new, more fuel-efficient 2.5-litre petrol engine for the EX and the G series. In Europe, we've introduced a brand new high-torque V6 performance diesel engine, the first in Infiniti's 21-year history, and one that powers the brand into the heart of the European luxury car market. Our next launch is not, sadly, the beauty in front of me, but you can see hints of essence in the car I'm talking about parked to my right. The Infiniti M Luxury Performance Saloon, which is now being launched across all of our 35 markets, and is the first Infiniti designed from inception for universal appeal across our diverse markets. Not only is the M, I hope you will agree, beautiful to look at, but it's also beautiful to drive. It debuts some of the first technologies in the world, including forest air climate control and blind spot intervention. No wonder that at Infiniti we refer to our engineers as craftsmen. Japanese craftsmanship is characterized by human inspiration and the desire to create an exhilarating luxury automotive experience. It's brought to life through passion, skill, and expertise, rooted in Japanese culture, but realized through innovative technology, such as I've described as being available on the M. Perhaps more obvious illustrations of what we mean by Japanese craftsmanship can be seen and indeed felt by sitting in the car and touching the switchgear and the materials we've used. I invite you to do so in the car that we have here. If you find yourself in Paris Motor Show next Thursday, please come to the Infiniti stand where you'll see further examples, not least the Japanese technique of maki, a time-honored tradition of crafting wood which has been rediscovered and reinvented to make the interior of Infiniti M more unique. With Infiniti we offer a unique blend, the warmth of handcrafted Japanese interior trims coupled with a high level of performance-inspired technology. We believe this balance of tradition and modernity creates a very special position for Infiniti amongst its luxury peers. This is not all that we have at Paris. We recently unveiled in the US a very special G Coupe that heralds a new range of even more performance-focused Infinitis under the name Infiniti Performance Line, or IPL. At Paris, we test its potential in Europe with the unveil of the IPL G Cabriolet concept. The styling is enhanced with new front and rear spoilers, side sills, and by new forged 19-inch wheels, whilst the power coming from the tuneful 3.7-litre V6 engine is increased to 338 PS, giving a top speed potential of more than 270 kilometers per hour. I suggest not attempting to use that on the Piccadilly. Inside, the beautifully crafted red leather interior is set off by cactus trim, the same material used to make the armor worn by Japanese samurai. Another example of reinventing traditional craftsmanship and combining it with performance-inspired modernity. As an Infiniti owner myself, I can confirm that it's true to our brand. It's exhilarating to drive and delivers an inspired performance in the way of Infiniti. Its future is in your hands. I've persistently tested our other Paris debut, the M35 Hybrid, and I can tell you that it delivers a kind of performance, a different kind of performance, but one that is no less inspired. It's a rear-wheel drive, 5-seater, performance sedan capable of accelerating to 100 kilometers per hour in well under 6 seconds, and yet emits less than 170 grams of CO2 per kilometer. The Infiniti M35H, which makes its production debut in Paris, follows our new V6 diesel engine in a growing range of environmentally friendly performance powertrain choices. It's an example of how, through the way of Infiniti and Japanese craftsmanship, we will apply the world's best technologies to reduce CO2 emissions without sacrificing driving pleasure or engagement. This is the first application of Infiniti's direct response hybrid technology, and it goes on sale next spring. Among more information released at the show is the news that the M35H can cruise on electric power alone on a level highway at speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour. It also has an innovative electric power steering system that alone gives 2% fuel consumption saving. You'll find all this and more in the press kit. But the M35H, at nearly 5 meters long, won't suit everybody, which is why Infiniti is already looking at the next fast-growing automotive sector, the compact luxury car. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I can announce for the first time that Infiniti will have not one, but 2 compact luxury cars in its lineup within the next few years. We're currently examining concepts for a luxury performance car that will fit below the current G line. I'm not allowed to tell you more at this stage, other than, like every Infiniti, it will be completely different from any other current offer by our rivals. More immediately, and in 2013, Infiniti will launch what could be the world's first luxury EV sedan, EV electric vehicle. It will be true to the Infiniti brand promise of inspired performance, but with zero carbon emission technology. Its design will also be true to Infiniti, as this sketch, produced by Shiro Nakamura, our Chief Creative Officer, and his team here tonight, clearly shows. You don't need to take photographs with your mobile phones, because we're going to release the picture a little bit later on this evening. The Infiniti EV will play a major part in our eco-performance strategy that will see conventional powertrains taking an increasingly smaller share of our production, with a greater focus on hybrid, clean diesel and EV. But that's the future. Back to this evening. Thank you for listening. Please enjoy the rest of your night and Infiniti's capital debut. Thank you very much.
We have created this car for 20th year anniversary for Infiniti brand, and this is sort of our showcase for future Infiniti design. So this one is expressing design Q and design identity for coming Infiniti model.
In the premium segment, this type of car, large sedan, is very important for establishing credibility. You know, it's still the heartland of the premium segment. We'll be competing against cars like Mercedes E-Class, BMW 5 Series, Jaguar XJ, that type of vehicle. So to have something that's credible in that segment is very important for the brand.
And a choice of engines?
Yeah, three. Initially 3.7 litre petrol, as we have in our other cars. 3 litre V6 diesel from October. 550 Newton meters of torque, very credible performer. And then early next year we'll also introduce this car in hybrid, so a 3.5 litre hybrid system. So 3 different powertrains covering the complete market.